I'm going to record this. I was just going to deal with it. So this has obviously been an issue before. They had just some home brewed stuff. They had some glue, but I took it off and there's metal strips in the back and like that. And I got this one off, but I wanted to show you all the process of how I got that strip off because I found something a lot easier than what I've ever been told. The stuff will catch on fire, just be careful, but got my torch here. And if you kind of start hitting it, the stuff will just pop up on its own pretty much. It kind of lets go. So, see it? You see that even pop up? Open this in now and see if it just popped up. Yep, see that? It just popped up. Alright, good. So you just kind of go along, heat this up. Kind of hard to do it and watch the phone at the same time. But get it heated up and it just kind of breaks free. Don't breathe that in, it's very stinky. And then you can just work on prying it up. Got this side off. The long door belt one, or the door ones, are the most common, and luckily they're not bad. I'm just gonna kind of see what I can do about getting the ends to fold down like I did right here. It was only this side. Of course this side's coming up a little now, but basically I cleaned it out, put 3M tape, and now I'm just holding it there. I heated it up, now I'm letting it cool off, and in theory, you know, it conforms and then cools off, and it should be that shape. It's probably going to have an indentation, I don't really care. This one, and this one never have an issue because they are a solid piece. They're not rubberized, and they're held on with bolts on the backside. I don't know why they didn't do that elsewhere. That would have been amazing. But if somebody could 3D print solid door belt moldings, I think they would be in the money. I really do. That would be amazing. Now, really good. It's hard to tell how good this is laying down because the paint is chipped, but if you notice, it is laying down. Can sand that down, repaint it, get everything touched up. The other side, got that laying down a lot better. It's still a little bit, but before, like, it was like you could stick your whole finger back behind it. Same with this end. This end is just a little bit sticking out, but like I said before, you could put your whole finger behind it, and then all of this is just taped on. So let that adhere, and that'll be straight line on, not curled up like it was. And then of course once it's painted, I don't think you'll be able to tell. Back here, I did add some stuff in it and put some clamps on it, and we'll see if that works or not. If not, I don't know. But it's not a show car. I just want it to look a little bit better as far as that. Speaking of not a show car, so if you're into fox bodies, you know this is a PETA to some people. And you can tell where it's kind of wore down. It's higher here, lower here. It's pitted everywhere. You cannot replace this without replacing the entire glass. Well, I got this on a trade. These stick on. You can paint them, do whatever. But it looks way better than that ugly trim. So I'm going to get these installed. I'm pretty excited about this. Now they are gloss, and I'm gonna ungloss them, if that makes sense. Alright, I got it on there. That's how it looks. Like I said, it's glossy now, but it won't be when I'm done. But that looks so much neater than the trim that was falling apart, in my opinion. So I do have to do the other side. The only bad thing is my 3M molding messed up. The tape is not sticky, so I used the one for this on these. So I don't know if I can get that one to stick with this or not. I'm going to attempt it, but if it don't work, nothing I can really do. The tape seems to be holding. If it don't, it's not a huge deal. Buy some more. But there we go. Looks a lot better than the cracked, dried plastic, whatever that was, because all this has been replaced, so it kind of just looked weird. So I'm gonna sand this down or take Scotch-Brite to it, and then I'm going to matte black it. You can see a little bit better how it lays down now that I've hit it with just a rattle can. I don't know if y'all remember it before, but it would like that and then turn. Like I got all 4 fingers behind it. That's how far it stuck out. That corner was up. It's down a lot better. And then on this side, same kind of deal. Got everything to lay down. Got that painted. So a lot better. So it does look like this right here is just having a little bit of trouble. So I might get something to kind of hold them in for a little bit. Because that's what I did to the back of the door. And it's not. So this right here, dried paint and stuff, I got to get that sanded and make it look a lot better. Well, it's getting late. What do y'all think of the trim around the back quarter window? I think once it gets sanded and it's not glossy, it's more of the rubber kind of look with the matte black or satin black, whichever one it is. I think it'll look a lot better. I'm pretty happy with it. There's no ugly rubber. So getting these, I'm just going to leave some of these overnight where they just kind of have a better chance of sticking. But while I have y'all here, I want to talk about a little bit of something. So been doing some thinking, some soul searching, where I want to go with this channel, what I want to do. And with a realistic goal, I feel very realistic goal of 400 to 450 horsepower. That's plenty. I don't need more than that, really. It's a very light car. It's going to be fun. I'm not building a drag car. I just want a fun street car. So, with that being said, the power numbers I'm looking at, I can get out of stock E7 heads. So I went on the pages and I was talking to people, and they reminded me that Neo did this. He took a stock bottom end, like, I'm talking like intake cam heads, things like that. I don't even remember if he used the intake. It might have been stock intake, but turboed it and made like 500 horsepower out of it. And tuned right, they will last off of 500 horsepower. That people say, oh, block splits. The block don't know what power it's at. It knows about harmonics and tuning. And if any that's out of control, yeah, it'll split the block. But I still want to keep it around 400, 450. 450 would be grand. I would be ecstatic with that. So I'm thinking I'm going to start buying stuff for a turbo kit. Flash Shark has the turbo manifolds and stuff that is the same as on 3. A lot of the reviews say it's the same stuff, so it's like 140 bucks for the turbo manifolds, like the hot side. So I can get that, and then, you know, a couple weeks later I can get a turbo, and then I can get some lines, and I can get an intercooler kit. I don't have to buy all this at once. So like a heads, or like the initial cost is right up front of $1,000, plus you have to go and you have to, you know, you need the head gaskets, you need, depending on the heads, push rods, things like that. But you still need a upper gasket, so you need head gaskets, you need intake gaskets, things like that, and a lot more time. Where, you know, doing a turbo, you're not, like, I don't know how to say it, you're not redoing what you already did. So the supercharger, I can take off, I can sell it, or that's what I'm thinking right there. Put it on him. And there we go. We got another boosted Fox on the channel. I'm thinking that's the method I'm going to go. I really do. Hopefully that's going to work out. It's, you know, 6 PSI for a drift car. I don't think I'm need. You know, Darius does it off of a V6, like a stock SN95 V6 Mustang, and he drifts, and that's, you know, what, 160 to the wheels, 140 to the wheels, if that, I don't even know. But, you know, you take the weight out of it. I plan on removing 90% of everything in that car, and you make it really lightweight, and like 300, 340 horsepower. I think that car would be an absolute fun as a drift car. So that's the kind of route I'm leaning to with that. It's just like just a crazy, just a drift car, man. Just, I think that'll be great. Something that, you know, it was gifted to me. It needs 4 pins. It needs a lot of work. So something that obviously it doesn't matter safety wise, it matters, but as far as looks, it doesn't matter what it looks like, because I'm going to go out there and I'll probably tag a wall. I'll probably, you know, whatever. I also kind of thought about doing like a road track car, like a American Iron Series kind of replica, but not really race it. You know, I'm not into that. But yeah, a lot to think about. I'm seriously thinking about waiting on the aluminum heads, going straight to building a turbo kit. I think that'd be amazing. And you'll have turbo stuff laying around that you want to get rid of, close by in Florida or whatever, hit me up. Maybe we can work out a deal on something. I know full turbo kits aren't expensive, but you know, my budget, I can't just blow $1,000, $2,000 just right off the rip. So that's why I'm thinking about, you know, I could get the hot side, and then I can get the cold side, and then I can get the turbo, and then I can get the plumbing, and you get the point. I can slowly just build this up. I'll probably stockpile the parts, get everything ready, and then like do the whole swap in like one weekend or something like that. So this car is not down. Because like I said, once I get the sound deadening on the back of the doors, I got to get that window fixed and get the headlights fixed. I'm going to drive this a lot more. So a turbo is just going to make it that much better, in my opinion. So let me know what you think. This is the Mod Addict. Let me know what y'all think about how the trim came out, how the windows came out. Like I said, the gloss look is not really going to do it, but if you look down here, I mean, now that I've kind of painted that, it's laying down. I just got a head leaned up against it to kind of hold them corners down. It'll all get like the crappy paint job look to it, because that's kind of the theme I'm going for, more of like a Mad Max kind of feel. And then, like I said, over here, like you couldn't really tell because the paint was so chipped. But now when you look at it, I don't know how it's turning up on camera because this has pretty bad low light filter, but you can tell it's laying down a lot better, or hopefully you can. So that's all for today's video. Just simple things like that, just bugging you about your car. Get out and fix it. Like it took me no time. I did a little bit of research, and people said, you know, the hardest part of why it wouldn't form back is because it has that metal in it, and that metal deforms and it don't want to go back. So you just take the metal off of it. By taking the metal off, then now it's just rubber, and you can conform it how you want to. So thanks for watching. This is the Mod Addict, and I'm out of here.
I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars. I won't turn around, I done made it this far. Look back now, that wouldn't be too smart. Shoot for the stars even when it gets hard. Put my faith in the Lord with the 16 bars. I won't turn around, I won't